And now, a message from our ever-benevolent Supreme Leader.
친애하는 동지들, 영영한 인민군 장병들과 사랑하는 온나라 전체 인민들, 그리운 동포 형제 여러분, 우리는 조국 역사의 특기할 사변들로 빛나게 아로새겨진 2012년을 보내고 원대한 포부와 최후 승리에 대한 신심에 넘쳐 새해 2013년을 맞이합니다. 나는 먼저 전체 인민군 장병들과 인민들의 한결같은 경모의 마음을 담아 나는 당의 누리에 굳게 뭉쳐 조국의 부강 번영을 위하여 헌신적으로 투쟁하고 있는 인민군 장병들과 인민들에게 새해 따뜻한 인사를 드리며 온 나라 모든 가정들의
The Interview, the latest comedy to come to us from the producers of Bad Neighbours and This Is the End, starring James Franco and Seth Rogan. Franco and Rogan play, respectively, David Skylark, a TV interview host, and his producer, whom have decided to, in an attempt at mainstream serious journalism, and rather than just interviewing celebrities, interview the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. But in their attempts to interview the Supreme Leader, they end up getting embroiled in a plot by the CIA to assassinate him. What follows is a series of events that can easily be described as hit-and-miss jokes, with more misses than hits and a lot of fun moments. And when there are fun moments, they are fun. It's really comical to see James Franco with his really fun-loving interviewer character just ride around in an old Soviet tank with Kim Jong-un shooting trees. All the while Katy Perry plays. Both Franco and Rogan actually do give pretty good performances here. Rogan plays the straight man while Franco plays the jokester. And the movie really does deserve praise for its premise. It is actually very original, and like Team America World Police actually gives kinda three-dimensional depth to the leader of North Korea. In South Park they portrayed Kim Jong-il as someone who is just lonely and sad, whereas with Kim Jong-un, the people at the interview portray him as someone who's just incredibly insecure, hence why he's continuing his father's policies and is threatening the world with a nuclear holocaust. And as said before, the jokes that hit the mark really are a lot of fun. As mentioned before, the whole tank with Katy Perry, and there's even actually a surprising amount of black humor in this. Like people unintentionally dying. For instance, there's a scene where all of a sudden a character just starts suddenly dying from ingesting poison unknowingly, and it's really funny in a really grim and macabre sort of way. But as a whole though, the movie really is a mixed bag. As I said before, the jokes really are hit and miss, and unfortunately the hit-to-miss ratio is very skewed towards miss. A lot of the jokes really just aren't that funny, and there are a lot of times where you will just be bored. And while I may give praise to both Franco and Rogan's performances, Franco's performance a good chunk of the time can actually get pretty damn annoying. When he isn't being fairly restrained, his character is just so ridiculously over the top, he's insufferable, and you just want to see someone punch him. And not only that, but considering the movie's production, I was expecting Kim Jong-un, character-wise, to have more of a background presence than what he really has in this movie. Like, just have him be constantly in the shadows, behind the scenes, trying to manipulate the interview to help portray him in North Korea as truly great. But no, they just have him out in the open and just making jokes, liking Katy Perry, and loving margaritas. And finally, as a whole, the interview is just really average. It's in the same league as the Need for Speed movie. While again, it does have its fun moments, they're too few and far between, and as stated before, the jokes that are actually funny are disproportionately few compared to the jokes that just fall flat. Its premise alone does make it worth seeing, but ultimately it lacks staying power to keep audiences invested. I actually found myself pretty bored at one point and decided just to get a head start on the tutorial of something I bought off Steam. The interview isn't bad, but it doesn't do enough to really be called a good movie, but at the same time it's not horrible enough to be called a bad one. See it if you want, you're really not missing out on much. Come for the premise, and see if you have the power to stay.